embarrassed that I have a career. I talk about things like trust and cooperation, and there should be no demand for my work. But the fact of the matter is there is demand for my work, which means that there's an opportunity. It means that trust and cooperation are not yet standard in our organizations, and yet they should be, and we know that, which is why we're looking for ways to bring those things to our organizations. So I thought I would do something a little different today. You know, when you're speaking to tens of thousands of people and you have the opportunity to share a message, of course, most rational people would say, let's go with something I've talked about lots of times and I'm really good at, but I'm not normal, so I'm going to do something completely new, and I hope this works out. There are two things that I think that great leaders need to have: empathy and perspective. And I think these things are very often forgotten. Leaders are so often so concerned about their status or their position in an organization, they actually forget their real job. And the real job of a leader is not about being in charge, it's about taking care of those in our charge. And I don't think people realize this, and I don't think people train for this. When we're junior, our only responsibility is to be good at our jobs. That's all we really have to do. And some people actually go get advanced educations so that they can be really good at their jobs, so accountants or whatever, right? Embarrassed. And you show up and you work hard, and the company will give us tons and tons. I talk about things like how to do our jobs. They'll show us how to use the software. They'll send us away for a few days to get trained in whatever it is that we're doing for the company. And then they expect us to go be good at our jobs. And that's what we do. We work very hard. Trust and cooperation are not yet you're good at your job in our organizations, and yet they should be. And we know that, which is why we're looking for ways to bring those things. You'll get promoted to a position where we're now responsible for the people who do the job. So I thought I would do something a little different today. We used to do. You know, when you're speaking to tens of thousands of people, and that's why we get managers. You have the opportunity to share a message. Because the reason our managers are micromanaging people would say, let's go with something I know how to do the job better than us. That's what got them promoted. Not normal. Really, what we have to do is go through a transition. And some people make it quickly, some people make it slowly, and unfortunately, some people will never make that transition at all. Which is we have to go through this transition of being responsible for the job. And then leaders are so often so concerned about their status or their position in an organization, they actually forget their real job. One of the great things, and the real job of a leader is not about being in charge. They are not teaching us how to lead. And leadership is a skill like any other. It is a practicable, learnable skill. And it is something that you work on. It's like a muscle. If you practice it all the days, you will get good at it and you will become a strong leader. If you stop practicing, you will become a weak leader. Like parenting, everyone has the capacity to be a parent. Doesn't mean everybody wants to be a parent, and doesn't mean everybody should be a parent. Leadership is the same. We all have the capacity to be a leader. Doesn't mean everybody should be a leader, and it doesn't mean everybody wants to be a leader. And the reason is because it comes at great personal sacrifice. Remember, you're not in charge, you're responsible for those in your charge. That means things like when everything goes right, you have to give away all the credit. And when everything goes wrong, you have to take all the responsibility. That sucks, right? It's things like staying late to show somebody what to do. It's things like when something does actually break. We're speaking to tens of thousands of people, and you have the opportunity to share a message. Empathy and perspective. Of course, most rational people would say, let's go with something I've talked about. Leaders are so often so concerned about their status and their position in an organization.